here with me, and I appreciate that travel passports up, everything else down. It's the man, the myth, the legend. My name is Yesh, Brazil Yesh. Salute to all y'all, man. Um, what am I gonna say on this live stream? Yeah, just to let y'all know, man, Sunday hanging out with Grego, I burned my face. You could smell his skin. My nose is all burned up. It was bad, man. So, um, I'm just trying to recover. It's still swollen. Um, but that's what I get for doing the wrong thing. Um, so, but it's all good. What's up? Yeah, it's gonna be in Thailand this January, then Brazil twice, 2025. Pristine, that's what's up, brother. Um, I just want to talk about how um, I'm looking at TMI Santiago's video. Um, Salute to him. He let the dude just go off. So salute to TMI. He let the dude express himself. Um, and the dude told the truth. Everywhere certain groups of men go, certain groups, all the other groups of men know that they either need to relocate, um, do their thing on the low, or just pick a whole nother place without putting anything on a map. And that's happening, still happening. Now, men that have money, they have the exclusive money, so they don't care about your gripes about a particular place, because even if they go to Medellin, Dominican Republic, um, Santo Domingo, or anywhere like that, they're gonna be exclusive to you and what you do. They're not gonna be around you. You're not gonna see them when they come into town because they have exclusive money. Now, the majority of us don't have exclusive money, so we around the locals and the laymen, just like us, who saved up money to get there, who are making somewhat business moves, have properties or such, but they don't have exclusivity money. Not as of yet, or they building towards it, but many of the people that go overseas don't have exclusive money. So when they do hang out in a certain area, they don't want the prices, whether it's food, whether it's alcohol, whether it's just visiting the beach, they don't want prices to go up. Shadow, what up, yo? Yeah, I'm recovering off this burn. All of this is swollen. Right here is all swollen. So my face caught on fire from a cigar. Man, I stopped smoking ever since that. I ain't touched a cigar since. I don't know how that happened. That was weird. This whole cigar just went up in flames. Um, it, so, but again, that's what I get for smoking. I don't play victim. I don't play victim. Um, so just think about that. And just think about the people that play victim, right? We got a thing of inhibition effect where people get online, they create these avatars, right? And it causes a dichotomy of, just think about that, a harmful um, anonymity, anonym, anonymity, 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 how you say, anonymous, but anonymity. I don't know what's going on, probably because of this brown. Anonymity. So it causes an anonymity when you think about people that get on the internet, they go through these avatars. It causes a harmful dichotomy where they can live between these avatars and not have a direct consequential effect from their actions online. This is happening more and more and more. And depending on what political party you land on, you get away with it more, versus the inverse of said political party. But just think about that. So y'all call them keyboard warriors and us, but the name of that is inhibition effect. And that's what we have here. That a lot of, then you got the people having this pervasive style that they do, right? The occurrence that they do. They try to play victim and then point the finger. There's a certain turn toward you as a person that calls them out or see the truth and see the inconsistencies in their approach, their actions, or anything like that. They try to play victim. And this is not good also. We see a lot of that in society, which is starting to change. It's starting to be a shift in the playing victim people. They're the purveyors of all these actions, these negative actions, but then they'll throw their rock and hide their hands, so to say. And people are tired of it. So now we're pointing out those people are being called to the carpet, people that say the most destructive things, because now we have a society where certain political sides think they get away with harming people, stopping their money from growing. And they do that. They throw the rock, hide your hands, the inhibition effect. Think they can say anything online without no direct consequences. They're the cognitive dissonance people, and so forth and so on. These are these idiots. So, y'all hit the thumbs up. Y'all hit the thumbs up. Y'all hit the thumbs up, yo. Hit the thumbs up, man. So just understand that. We still at 2. We got a lot of, here we go. Got a lot of these trolls that still have no lives, didn't even choose. These trolls can't even choose to go overseas. That's the crazy part about it. These true trolls can't even choose to go overseas. They still is sitting in their basement. But just know that, yo. Just understand that a lot of guys this is happening to. Now, again, all of us are 9-to-5 people. We don't have the funds as of yet to just have exclusive money until we go overseas. Many of us are workers. But the point is, leave it better than you got it. For instance, if you rent a room, if you are at an Airbnb, if you're at a hotel room or an apartment that you rent, a car, anything like that, is not going to be yours. You're just renting it. So why damage it or why cause it? Think about this. All you're doing is renting the space in these countries. You're a regular 9-to-5 worker. You're only going to be there for like a week, 2 weeks at the most, at the max, a month. So why mess it up for the next man that's coming there as a 9-to-5 worker? Now, again, that lands on morals, amoral versus this, and that's that talk. And I know I'm getting into that talk, and you're like, yo, well, you can't tell nobody what to do. I get all of that, and I'm in agreement with you. But I still look at it as, I need to leave this better than what I left it. I'm gonna leave this world taking a beating from feminist groups, people that didn't want to buy my books and stuff like that, and still was able to leave a legacy behind, y'all. Still able to leave a legacy behind. I'm gonna leave over 50 books on this earth with 50 books on this earth with some of the most potent, information. My critical thinking book, I put so many large words in that and concepts that were beyond what you can think. Um, so I'm glad I left that with my own ideology and stuff that I feel from that. So I'm glad I put that out there like that. I'm glad I did that. But just know, I'm leaving the world better than it was given to me. I know it's given to me of victimhood and people playing victim and people are so complex. You know what I noticed? People are so complex, they complex idiots. You guys are complex idiots. You're not complex at all. You just think you are. And that's what I'm noticing. I'm noticing a lot of that. So, but all I'm saying is, leave it better than you. You got it. That's why when I go to countries, I'm going to leave it. I don't do the dirtball stuff. But again, when you share in a certain space, that's why you play for exclusivity. Because you go to the Waldorf and you're not going to treat the Waldorf like you would the Ramada Inn or anything like that. Like these high esteemed areas, hell, they don't even want you there. Some of them are exclusive to club members. And that's what people had to do to make themselves or separate themselves from the dirt balls, who the 9 to 5 dirt balls, who can just go anywhere. But they can't go to specific or be invited to specific parts or groups. So I get what the dude was saying on TMI's. So shout out to TMI Santiago, top 5. He's over there in Sosua right now. I get what the guy was saying. And that, man, if I chop that video and take it from Santiago, TMI Santiago, and put it somewhere else, that video go viral. I know it will. I can make it go viral, especially on TikTok. Y'all seen me do it 10 times over. People like, yo, how the hell he keep doing that? I always see Brazil Yesh in everybody's videos because I know how to make it go viral. I always see YeshYonas.com on everybody's video. I know how to make it go viral. But I'm making it go viral to an audience that doesn't have money, that don't spend on books or don't read, dirt balls. So I understand who I'm making it go viral to. So they're not gonna buy one of my books. They're not gonna really talk about travel. They're only gonna talk about women when it comes to travel. And we can have that discussion, but that gets dry to me, that gets old. When I start delving into history, when I start delving into language, like the gay ass, or anything like that, 1,000 years from now, how would they live in? What tribe they come from? And when I start delving into that, what plants? Let's talk about Piper nigrum or plants like that. Let's talk about acacias or let's talk about bugs. Let's talk about animals from different areas and regions. When I start dropping that knowledge, that's when they've gone. They lost, because the only thing they have, the verbiage they have and all what they live by is what women have between their legs. That's it. So that conversation with those type of guys is lost to me. That's why I have a small group who I hang out with, very small. Because I know I don't get along with a lot of people because we don't share the same interests. And then if you chew one way, like me, I love to party. Y'all see me out there having fun. I love to sit and drop gems. I love to sit quiet and listen to others speak. Mine is, the way I approach life, it's vast. And I don't look at it from one way. And I tell guys all the time, don't talk too much. Talk enough to listen. Have fun. But then also use your cognitive. So you got to mix it up. So travel is all about that to me. Like, I want to know about the intricate details about the fish, the food. I want to know, but I don't want to do that all day. At the end of the day, I want to know about the vodka because I'm going to drink it, or the wine. I want to know about the lamb because that's what's going to help my dietary system. I want to leave there and know about which specific animals are connected to this land. You see how I operate, and I get along with people that operate like that. Now again, we could talk about women 20% of the time, but after that, I'm like, y'all, I'll catch y'all in a second, because I'm gonna get bored with that. Because I'm going to want to go in an environment where I'm looking at animals. I'm going to want to go in an environment where I'm looking at different species of fish, food. Where did this come from? I want to go to the fresh markets. I just want to look for it. Look at the herders, the farmers. Speak to them. That's what I do. So I know that gets boring. People don't like that. But after you've been around women so many times all these years, man, you're like, yo, they beautiful, but then they get annoying. They get annoying. And you just want your time to, now if it's a woman that want to do everything you want to do, yo, that's dope. But I also want to care about what she want to do if I really start taking a liking to her. So it's cool that you want to do everything I do. Cool. Travel got you before. What's going on, brother? Siraj, what up? Oh, yeah, you spitting facts. Shout out to Pristine. What up? Pristine saying Pristine been in here since the beginning of the stream, so salute to him. Travel quadruple four in the building, always supporting, man. Even when I'm not live, he always dropping. I ain't seen Mark B in a minute, but salute to Mark B. Man, I really appreciate them fellas, man. I ain't see Rollout Darrow in a minute, probably in other people's streams, but I ain't see him over here, so salute to those guys. All the guys that's all year round, you see their names, so salute to them. Shout out to OG Will also, salute to him. Shout out to Les always give me shout out, yo. Oh, that's Terrence. Terrence, what up, yo? What up, Terrence? Gonna call more books for me too. Man, salute. Appreciate it, Terrence. But get this, I'm about to drop another book, but this time it's about dragons. Somebody told me they was gonna buy my sci-fi books, and none of these cats bought my books. So that's why I got other avenues to where I sell. That's why I don't, you can tell who purchased the books and who don't. And so I just dropped the Desolara, about the nuclear war, post-apocalyptic, dope book. Drop that, that's 150 pages, so quick read. I'm dropping a dragon book about dragons, so fantasy. This is gonna be so potent. This one is gonna be about 300 pages. So it's gonna be a pretty hefty book. I can't wait to release the title. Just give me a couple more days to release the title, probably about 2 weeks to release the title. But it's about dragons, so. He said I lost count. Travel quadruple for always getting a book, but this is more post-apocalyptic fantasy mixed with a little sci-fi in there. So you know what that's about. But other than that, man, I definitely appreciate the guys that really still out there traveling. But some guys are not like others. Some guys, they say it's wrong for fellas to raise the prices. They say it's wrong. It's wrong for fellas to raise the prices. It's wrong for fellas to go out there and I don't know. But TMI had a point in the video. He said, yo, they come to Sasur, they go to Medellin, and it's so funny. My man made a comment. He said, yo, I'm glad Philippines, Thailand is too far, so they can ruin those areas. He said that. I was like, wow. And you know what I noticed? Brazil is so massive, they can't ruin Brazil. That's what I was telling you fellas years ago. They can only corrupt one place. One. And they can't really corrupt that because it's so the state of Rio de Janeiro is so big. You can go to different parts that none of the locals go to enter. Man, salute to Travel Quadruple 4, man. I appreciate the support on Cashapp. Appreciate it, brother. Rio de Janeiro is so big. He said, enjoy the drink on me. Appreciate it. Rio de Janeiro is so massive, they can't ruin it. That's what I like about that place. I love that about it. So when they talk about Brazil, they be cracking me up with this. They be cracking me up with this. And I'm like, yo, dudes are not sitting on a flight for 8 hours every weekend. They not doing it. They not doing what I did in our sacrifice. They going to quick flights, whether it's to DR, whether it's to Colombia, whether it's to Belize, anywhere where there's a quick flight, that's where they're going. That's where they're going. So you guys gotta understand that. That's why they was telling me, yo, they're gonna do the same thing in Brazil. I said, they not spending, hell, they don't even want to spend 3 hours on a flight. What makes you think they're gonna spend 8.5 hours on a flight? 9 hours, especially depending on where they're coming from. You heard all them Chicago dudes that was coming from Chicago, North Carolina, Jersey, New York, the Midwest, California. They was like, yo, that flight is too long to do all of that just to get to Brazil. I was like, yes. So of course they're gonna corrupt and raise the prices. Now, don't get me wrong, some of the prices people complain about in Rio, because them dudes be out there giving their whole paychecks. The ones that are still around MABs, that's all they have is MABs. That's all they have. They're gonna always have MABs. They're gonna die on MABs. They're gonna live for MABs, and they're gonna live for Marco's spot on the beach. Those are the only 2 spots that they're gonna destroy. Those 2 spots in Rio. But as far as Thailand, Philippines, as far as South Africa, these places are too freaking far. The only people that can corrupt these and make these women have the internet. They look at TikTok all day in South Africa. My man told me this. I had plenty of conversations with Vic privately. They don't need you to corrupt them. They have the internet to corrupt them. Particularly South Africa. They mimic everything Cardi B does. Meg Thee Stallion. They mimic all the ratchetness going on in reality TV for the last 15 years. They had that. So you can't blame that on the men. You cannot blame this. For some reason, South African women are on automatic trying to mimic the West. He said my last international flight was 20 hours. Brother Zeke, what up? I don't know why South African women are killing themselves to mimic what goes down in America. I don't know why. I have no idea. Just like the UK watch everything that has to do with America. So all I'm saying is, some places the women don't need the men's help. They don't. J Cloud, what up, y'all? J Cloud in the building. All these other people are trolls. So let me get rid of them. Let me get rid of them real quick. Y'all gotta know trolls. So all I'm saying is, this is what's happening. So you can't corrupt them. Many of the places that we go to, you can't corrupt them. You can't. You can't corrupt them because they're too far. Now again, this is the thinking of the everyday man, the dude that's not exclusive, the dude that's not rich, the dude that's not me. I'm gonna burn when I go. Jay Clyde will tell you, Gregor will tell you. Like now, when I go out the country, I like to bring some change. And now I'm back to my normal, I'm back to my normal broadcast. I'm back to my normal broadcast. I just needed a little time, and let me do this for about a year and a half, and I'll be really good. So all I'm saying is, you guys gotta know that some dudes are willing to be exclusive, other dudes like aren't. And the 9 to 5 guys are like, we just want to go over here. And the guy in TMI Santiago's video had a point also. He said, yo, if this can of Coke, he was talking to my man's drink. And this is my own analogy from what he was saying. He was like, how much does this can of Coke cost? He said, well, why you not paying $50 for that can of Coke? He said, why you not paying, he's like, listen, how much is the can of Coke? He said, why you not paying $50 for it? Oh, I'm not paying no, so you don't see the value of that can of Coke being $50. Why would you do the same thing when it comes to your pockets as far as your bedroom needs? Let me say it like that. Why would you look at it differently than you look at the can of Coke? Because you see more value in 10 seconds of fulfillment. You do 30 minutes, an hour, 5 minutes worth of work for 10 seconds of fulfillment as a man. It's all you get. That's the drug that you're seeking. And it's not even 10 seconds, probably like more like 5 seconds of fulfillment. So he's right. You don't put Thai women on talking, taking the soft girl avenue. I don't know what you mean by Thai women are taking the soft girl ever now. I don't, you guys allow on internet things to be your quintessential mark or piece for your ideology or verbiage or the direction that you lead, not me. I don't believe in none of that stuff. It's all internet talk. You know what I noticed? People that's in their 40s, 50s, and late 30s are trying to do, like, turn internet talk into reality. I don't hear no young people talking about what's happening online, except with streamers. They might mention a few streamers here and there, but we got to stop that. We definitely have to stop that. But again, I get his point. I get where he was going with the video. A lot of you who got exclusive money, he said, so if a dude is making $600,000, he was like, a dude that's making $600,000 wouldn't be in Sasua. Bro, I fell out laughing. He said a dude making $600,000 a year would not be in Sasua. I fell out laughing. But I'm like, he got his money through different circumstances. But Tracy Morgan was joking about going to the DR. But what part of the DR is he spending his time at? So. Um, it goes to show you that people got their thoughts about travel and where they want to go. So, but all bad. Salute to you all. Salute. But that's what I wanted to say. I just wanted to like really talk about that. And Patrick, what up, brother? But I really want to talk about that because it makes sense for for what he was saying in the video. Um, a lot of dudes want to go overseas and want to play victim once they raise the prices. They want to blame it on other dudes. But my man said, one of the dudes in the video said when he first went to Sasua, he paid 150. My man asked him, he said, why would you pay? He was like, yo, I didn't know. I didn't know. The travel space has gotten meeker. Yeah, because a lot of dudes know that in my opinion, this is from what I see, the dirtball era is coming to an end. Where you can get online, talk about your sexual proclivities over on the internet, what's going on overseas, and and get it championed because y'all know better than the Meg Thee Stallions, all the women that's trying to be ratchet. Like we were saying, there's no difference between a doctor and a chick in the hood. You can't tell the difference because all of them trying to be ratchet. And with men, men have never operated like that. Men always wanted exclusivity. Men have always wanted separation. If they come from a certain vein. So the dudes that's really about something, they don't want to get mixed in with the dirt balls. And they make that distinction. They clearly make a title distinction toward their audience or whoever they're speaking to or the people they're around. And I don't blame them because women have the gumbo pot where everybody mixed in the pot, ratchet or not. Everybody mixed in the pot, ratchet or not. And if men operate like that, the only way they operate like that if they were raised by and reared by the women that have that ideology or perspective or concept of life in in appearance. And I don't operate like that. And many of the guys I know, if you do some dumb shit, if you out there doing it, I don't want to be associated with that. But people try to shame men because they wanted separation, because they wanted distinction, because they didn't want to be lumped in. So do you know they really, and there's certain groups that do it more so than others. It's certain groups that do it more so than others. Yo, if you're not with me, you're against me, meaning that if I do some dirtball dumb stuff, you're supposed to be with me. You're supposed to be in the same mind frame as me. Are you kidding me? And I think as the passport thing emerged, the Blue Book Gentleman, as that took off and had its elevation, I think a lot of people, it's first is camaraderie, but then it's separation. That's what I like about this. First is camaraderie, and then it's separation. That's what we do. Comrades, and then we separate. Now it's who's the sergeants, the generals, and who's the privates, depending on, and you know what determines that? There's no counsel that determines that. Your actions determine that. That's what I like about men. Your actions determine what your position will be, what your status or status will be. And I love that about men. So if you sit on the internet and suffer from inhibition effect, right? We're gonna put you in that weirdo category. You're a troll, you're a weirdo, you just sit online bothering people. You need that jacket that make you hug yourself. Right? We know those type of people. So when we see a dude, we look at him, we see him over there on the computer while we pass him, we know what he over there doing. He may think that he's living behind an avatar or anything like that, but we can see those weirdos. We can see those weirdos. We know who they are in the room. And they act tough, they troll, they get something on. That's where they get their rocks off in their mom's basement. Or if they pay for the apartment themselves in that stink studio. Just filthy stink studio. We know who you are. Or we know you stay in that boarding house or that room that you paid for. We know who you are. Or the guy, or the guy that's about something. He's trying to like ascertain an education or a certain position in his career or anything like that. Those guys are different. Those guys are different. Those guys are different. So we know we give them a certain type of respect. We know the gravity of their mentality. So this is all I'm saying. So that's what we do. We see their actions and we place them in certain, that's what we do as men. But women don't operate like that. Women don't operate like that. They put everybody in a gumbo pot and say, sister girl. They sister girl everybody. The sister girl effect is destroying women. They don't separate. And the only time they separate if the woman has a showing or respect for men. That's the only time they alienate them. They alienate them when they have a certain showing or respect to men. But as long as it's ratchet, educational ratchet, booty shaking, notice everything is about softcore porn. Breast out, butt out, whether you're a doctor, whether you're a CEO of a company, there's no separation. Because they thought they can play victim. They can do some sexual stuff, some displays, and then there's no separation. So us as men, we don't do that to each other. So I don't want to make this a bashing thing of men or women, but I'm just saying the different, how we maneuver from a psychological standpoint and our everyday interactive interactions that we have with each other. Kevin Johnson, salute, brother. I appreciate it. Appreciate the purchase. See, educated ratchets, even accomplished chicks chase the same thing. There's no, see how that's an oxymoron. Educated ratchets. If you're smart enough, you wouldn't be ratchet. If you were educated enough, you wouldn't be ratchet. Because you know what that entails. You know the isolation, you know what society still deems is, no matter how y'all try to make the ratchet, the ghetto, the loud, it's never going to be wholly accepted. Never. Never. I don't care if you're man or woman. It's never going to be accepted. You're going to be shunned and placed in a certain category. And I don't blame people for doing that to you. Who wants somebody to come around? Like I see people all the time. They be on their phones. Girl, I'm like, somebody was just telling a story about that. I thought it was fake. It's real. It's real. I got a series coming out. When I tell you the series that's coming out, yeah, you guys will lose your mind at what I've been hearing. I got 3 videos about the drop. It's sad, bro. This world is sad, but they think that that's cool. They think being ratchet and stuff. And it's gonna come with, listen to what I'm saying. People didn't want me to come out with this book because I was about to drop another book. People told me to stay away from that, which I did, which I can't. It's something in me that eats me up when I don't speak the truth, right? Because think about this: when you lie, your cognitive there's cognitive exhaustion. That's when you lie so much. You got to cover every lie until your cognitive faculties become weakened because you got to cover so many lies. At first, you're sharp. You're able to fire off at it. But it comes to a point where you can't catch up to every lie. And you got so much on your memory bank because you got to remember every lie you've told. But then you run into a person like me that's going to remember something distinctly and uniquely what you said and present it back to you. And I'm going to catch you in your lie without even trying. And that's what I remind people of truth when I come around. When I come into a room, people straighten up. Because I don't care about your money. They could be millionaires, and my energy causes them to change how they operate. And that's what happens. So that's why I don't lie. Because I want this mind to be sharp. I don't want to have to remember a lie 10 years ago and then get on my live stream and now I gotta, people are like, well, Yesh said this. You guys are good for that. Well, Yesh said this 10 years ago. I said I didn't mess with nobody in the United States of America. You haven't had one person for the past umpteen years that said, Yesh did this, and my face been all over the internet. You got all these haters all over the internet who don't like me, who try to, plenty of times, get me canned from jobs, try to look up socials and try to tear down my books and stuff like that. You haven't, I stand on my truth. I don't need to lie. For what? To you all? And not to you all directly, my audience, but I'm talking about the people that's listening, the window listeners. These are the window listeners. So I don't need to lie. And I get, you know what it is? People try to say, let me find something dirty on him. Somebody asked me that recently. They said, what else vices do you have? Like trying to find some dirt on me because I seem pure to them. So their whole goal was to say, let me see if I can dirty him up because he sounds like he's too disciplined. I said, I said, your questioning says to me that you're impudent. And he said, what do you mean by that? I said, you're trying to question me. Now, you guys know I'm sharp. So I said, you're trying to question me to try to find a vice so it can appease you from your insecurities or your impudence as a man because you're not able to control yourself and be disciplined in the manner that you should because you've met me. So he said, well, what else do you do? Ah, that's not nothing, but you got to have some vice. And they try to search. They try to search. Oh, you don't go to strip clubs? Nah, I don't do that. You don't go, nah, I don't do that. Well, once upon a time, I go to gentlemen's club overseas. But nah, I don't do that. Dudes coming to town, y'all see y'all after y'all finish over there. Yeah, I don't care if we in Brazil, I don't care if we, like, in order for me to really go to something like that, somebody's like they drunk or something like that, and I say, yo, let me make sure this dude is straight because he's a family member or a close friend. But all of that, yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I'm about to leave out the country in a couple days. And I'm gonna do the same thing I'm saying to y'all. Like me, I'm straight. I have fun with barbecues overseas, the beaches, beautiful beaches, and all of that. Yo, I've done the women thing. That's not anything fantastic to me. That's why I big up to, even though cats do their thing on the side, and even though, but they keep it quiet. They don't put it all over the internet, and they still got girlfriends in these places. And even if they didn't do their things on the side, I still think that they still got connections with some women, and I appreciate those guys who got wives overseas, who really dedicated to them, some of them. So I don't knock them. I don't knock them. Go do your thing. You want to go to Gentlemen's Club? Yo, go do your thing. You said where are the horses in Brazil? They got horses in Brazil. Hilarious. They got them all over. They got them in country. They got them. I've seen them in Sao Paulo. I've seen them in Balneário Camboriú. I've seen some northern parts of Brazil. They're there. They're there. They got so much greenery to eat from. So they're there. But yeah, so all I'm saying is you guys gotta so that's how men operate. Men operate like that where we put each other in a certain category, but we respect each other. Even if we put you in the dirtball category, we still gonna show love. We still gonna show love, but we gonna do it from like a um, passing brotherhood handshake. And that's what I like about men. We're like, okay, we know what you on. You hear a dude leave from around you, he say, be safe out there. He does his own thing. I've owned horses over 40 years. I know there are ranches in Brazil. If I go to Brazil, I would like to. Yeah, they have them all over. They got them in Rio, the state of Rio. They have them in, I know Sao Paulo. I saw them out there. They have them all over. They have them in the deep woods of Brazil. They have them in the Amazon. They got them everywhere. So, man, it felt good, man. What time is it? 9:04. I haven't had a cigar ever since I burned up my face. So, yo, you know what it's like sleeping when your face smells like it was set on fire? Bro, it was hard to sleep, yo. You could smell flesh. It was like I was smelling burning on. That smell. That smell was worse than death. Knowing that you're living and smelling your face coming through your nostrils, that to me, I don't smelled it all. Being in the housing industry, I've smelled it all. But the smell of flesh is the thing that kept me up. I done smell bodies, animals. I done smelled it all. Those smells you get accustomed to. You can eat like stuff rotten in your refrigerator. You can go in a house but to have your face burn, see right there, in your nose, your skin just fall off. It just was crazy, man. And I'm like, why am I felt something leaking. like, I was like, fluid just kept coming out, like, and so I had to put some stuff on it to help it, but it was smelling like like burning flesh, and I couldn't sleep. I was just smelling burning flesh all night. Dab Cool, what up, brother? So I haven't touched a cigar ever since then. Yeah, man, it was starting to grow. Like, it was starting to, like, if I still had my beard, I think my beard would have caught fire. My whole face would have been burned. Like, literally, my whole face, it burned everywhere. Like, the flame was just like, it's just like something caught. So I'm like, was it liquor on my face Sunday? Was it on a cigar? Who knows? But something is the reason why it was ignited more. I never seen a cigar do that before, so I say there had to have been something on there. And I had it sitting. It was in a few. I let a few people hold it while I was going to the restroom and stuff. I was like, "Yo, watch this." So who knows if somebody's put some kerosene in it? And I'm just joking. Nobody touched it. I'm just joking. Grego was watching it for me, so yo, Grego probably tried it. I'm just joking. I'm just joking because I don't want y'all to think that's serious. Like, yo, Yesh, we know y'all conspiracy guys. Ain't nothing wrong with conspiracy. As you know, that's cool to be now. Because all the conspiracy nuts are all their words are coming true. So let's not even call it, let's call it, you can't call it conspiracy. You got to call it something else. We got to use another term instead of conspiracy theorists. Because that's a good thing to be now. We gotta say, oh, you one of them mainstream media nuts. We'll start calling people that. Instead of conspiracy theorists, we'll say, oh, you them mainstream media theorists. Yeah, we call them mainstream media theorists. You're a mainstream media theorist. Don't call them conspiracy theorists. Call them a mainstream media conspiracy. Mainstream media theorists. Oh, you one of the mainstream media theory guys. So call them that when they assume and don't have no evidence or trying to lie. Yaquad, what up, yo? Salute to you, brother. He said, happy to see you wasn't severely burnt. Man, travel quadruple before, I'm happy too. Because it could have been ugly. And Gregor was nowhere to be found. I would have been on fire and Gregor wouldn't have heard nothing about it. Gregor wouldn't hear nothing about it. That's why I watch who I'm overseas with. Because you gotta watch Gregor, man. Gregor be in his own zone. Versus me, different. Make sure everybody's straight. Who I'm cool with. Gregor was, and again, I'm just joking. So I don't want y'all to say, oh, that's messed up. Gregor was working. Y'all remember I was at his spot. So I'm just joking. Because people take my jokes as to be serious. So, but other than that, I get his point. Y'all need to go watch the video, TMI Santiago. Put in TMI, the letters TMI, in the name Santiago. Like Dominican Republic, TMI Santiago, went off. Went off. And I don't know, the crazy part about it is, my man showed his baby in the background. So I'm like, was that his kid's mother? And they're on YouTube? Now people gonna know who she is? That's why I'm like, I don't know if he cared or not, but I don't know. Yeah, y'all better men than me, because I wouldn't be putting my child's mother or my son or my daughter. I I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't put it for the internet. I just wouldn't do it. Um, I wouldn't even put I wouldn't even put. We gotta really be in love with each other for me to put a wife or a girlfriend that's overseas. Yo, you know what that's like, knowing that you don't have an attraction for a nation full of women, to not be accused of looking at somebody, or because I'm just not interested. Like, I'm genuinely not interested. That's why I can go years without touching a woman, because it's called discipline. It's called, and that's a beautiful thing. All grace due to the Most High for giving me the discipline, for working with me, for not encouraging me to watch corn or anything like that. Trying to fight those. So I salute that, yo. I salute that, yo. But appreciate all of y'all, man. I definitely appreciate all of you all. Appreciate you all. Cause we got this rocking. And and to have that much control over your cells, right? To have that much control over your cells is a wonderful thing. You're quiet. Appreciate your cash out, man. Appreciate you. But to have that much control over yourself, to have that much discipline, to be focused on goals over anything, it's to be focused on goals over anything is beautiful. And I'm happy that a lot of you all can join me. Um, and I can be in charge. Because the next moment I do, I told you I'm getting a beautiful wife overseas, and she's staying over there. One that is dedicated and loyal. And I'm gonna make different moves in the next year. Next year, I'm going to make different moves. Just all about investments. Y'all gonna see less travel. I told y'all. I'm gonna still travel, but it's gonna be less. It's gonna be minimal, because when this down market happens, and these war machines happen, I'm going to it's going to be money that's going to be made. So that's just in my opinion. Here we gotta come in here. We gotta come in here. But other than that, yo, Friday, it's about to be, no, it's about to be Thursday. Man, this week went by quick. Yo, you know what gets me to my weeks to go by quickly? When I'm typing. When you working and then you type in after work, by the time you look up, it's 2, 3 in the morning. You gotta go back to sleep, get back up, do the same thing, and then start typing again. It's just fun. It's just fun. I don't know. It's just fun. But shout out to people that's buying Dussalara. Go get that book, post-apocalyptic book. Go get my science fiction books. Leap Line. Leap Line is a dope science fiction book that I've written. Go get all my books, man. Go get all my books. And we're going to keep doing it up. Salute to you all. But I would have finished watching that TMI. I had to make realistic goals, but I still have things I want to see and do. Yeah, realistic goals to me is at least getting the business that started that I wanted to get started. I got one more thing to do this year. After that, I'm not doing this again. But this is a milestone for somebody that I love, somebody that's connected to me at the hip. So after I do this, I don't have to do nothing for the next 5 years, 15 years. So, but the business, I told y'all by June, but before we go to June and celebrate my 10-year anniversary in Brazil in June, I want to get this done. And again, y'all all be prepared to go to Brazil in June to celebrate with me. My 10 years on doing this movement, this travel game. It'll be 10 years in June, June 2025. So please be in Brazil with me. Please show your boy love and all that. But yeah, Travel Quadruple 4, I appreciate the support you gave to me, man. All this year you gave me so much love, man. I appreciate that. You gave me so much support. And you didn't stop, even when we disagree on ideologies, like certain things, like the women game. I'm just moving in a different direction with that, but I don't knock y'all for doing y'all. Y'all do y'all. I'm just moving in a different direction with it. But I don't knock you all. I'm not gonna say anything about it. Just go do you. I'll see you afterwards if we in the same country. Go get your rocks off, and then we'll meet up after. So that's how I move. I don't never hate on you guys. Go do your own thing. So you can always say, Yesh, don't say that. He said, go do your own thing. He's moving differently. But when you try to catch him up, catch him slipping, that's when you're going to error. A lot of people trying to trip me up, but I'm never going to get caught in your traps, because I already know what y'all about. But other than that, man, again, I appreciate it. Keep going overseas. I'm about to finish typing. This dragon book is dope. I want to always do like a strictly fantasy book. Like, I don't think I'll even want any science fiction in it. So that's why I'm starting out the book differently. But strictly fantasy. I did post-apocalyptic. I did sci-fi. I'm doing experimental science. I'm doing that also. Man, I got so many, like, I want to, because I love the brainiac stuff, but I want to put it in story form and make it fun. So, but salute to y'all, man. Peace.